The silence around niacin in the booming NAD supplement market isn't a coincidence. It's a textbook case of commercial dynamics overshadowing scientific reality. While niacin's ability to replenish NAD and improve cardiovascular health has been documented for decades in randomized controlled trials involving tens of thousands of patients, it now sits largely ignored by companies and influencers promoting NR and NMN. This shift is not because niacin lacks efficacy or safety data. In fact, its benefits on lipids, inflammation, and NAD. The first driver of this silence is patentability. Niacin is an off-patent, generic molecule. No company can secure exclusive rights or high margins selling it as a simple supplement. NR and NMN, however, either originated or evolved through patent portfolios, e.g., Chromodex's NR patents, or remain framed as novel enough to build premium pricing models around them. This fundamental difference means NR/NMN generate far greater profits per gram sold, a powerful incentive for companies to craft marketing campaigns that highlight potential benefits of NR/NMN while quietly avoiding discussions of niacin's comparable or superior clinical track record. This strategy goes beyond marketing omission. It can involve actively creating negative associations with niacin, especially the flush, which, while uncomfortable at high doses, is a harmless, transient vasodilatory response in most people. By emphasizing the inconvenience of flushing and portraying NR/NMN as flush-free solutions, brands effectively reframe niacin's well-known, beneficial pharmacological actions as intolerable side effects, driving consumers away from the cheaper, established option toward newer, expensive alternatives. Yet this narrative conveniently ignores that the flush is a sign of GPR109A activation, which itself mediates unique anti-inflammatory and lipid-lowering effects absent in NR or NMN. Another layer comes from consumer psychology, which the supplement industry exploits masterfully. Modern wellness culture equates newer and more complex molecules with better science. By positioning NR and NMN as cutting-edge advances in NAD, biology, reinforced by glossy branding, futuristic packaging, and anti-aging influencer endorsements, companies build a premium narrative around them. Niacin, by contrast, carries the baggage of being old, or just a vitamin, despite its unmatched record of success in reversing severe NAD deficiency, pellagra, and lowering cardiovascular risk in humans. Additionally, the supplement industry's silence is reinforced by the lack of commercial incentive for large trials on niacin's NAD-specific benefits. Niacin's ability to extend health span through NAD replenishment remains largely unmarketed because it cannot deliver proprietary returns. In contrast, even small, short-term studies on NR or NMN, often funded or supported by commercial interests, can produce flashy headlines and new talking points to sustain the perception of these molecules as indispensable, despite limited or conflicting human efficacy data compared with niacin's decades of outcomes research. Regulatory considerations also feed into this silence. Niacin's status as both a supplement and a prescription agent for lipid management has historically subjected it to greater regulatory scrutiny, including concerns about liver toxicity at very high doses or in certain slow-release formulations. Meanwhile, NR and NMN, newer to the market, exist in regulatory gray areas where they are sold as dietary supplements with minimal oversight, avoiding the stricter standards that might reveal limitations or risks. This contrast allows companies to paint NR/NMN as safer, while sidestepping the inconvenient reality that long-term human safety data for these newer molecules remains sparse compared to niacin's extensive track record. The result is a narrative of intentional obsolescence. By downplaying niacin's benefits and exaggerating its drawbacks, the supplement industry reshapes consumer perception, ensuring a steady flow of customers willing to pay a premium for next-generation NAD boosters. In many cases, NR and NMN's efficacy in raising NAD has been shown in animal models or small human studies that did not directly compare them to niacin at equivalent NAD raising doses. Where head-to-head comparisons do exist in preclinical research, they often show comparable NAD restoration, undermining the idea that NR/NMN possess fundamentally superior biology. What makes this strategy especially concerning is that it sidelines a safe, inexpensive, widely available molecule that could improve metabolic, cardiovascular, and inflammatory health for millions, particularly in lower-income settings where expensive supplements are out of reach. Niacin's broad accessibility could make it a powerful public health tool for addressing the global burden of NAD-related aging and disease, but as long as profit-driven narratives dominate, its potential remains unrealized. In the end, the supplement industry's silence on niacin is not an accidental oversight. It reflects a deliberate, commercially rational approach to maximize margins and differentiate products, even when science suggests niacin is, for many applications, equally or more effective than the designer NAD. Precursors being aggressively marketed today.